Right. Thank you for joining the webinar today for discussing on-floor business growth on the cloud ERP system, Oracle NetSuite. We will wait for 2 minutes for everyone to join our call. So stay tuned. Okay. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for joining today's event. Today we are gonna discuss on-floor business growth on cloud ERP system. My name is Mustafa Gamal. I will be kicking off event today. I would like to give you a quick introduction about myself. I manage professional service department here in Haya for I've been with Haya for 7 years now, and I've been managing NetSuite implementations for 5 years. For those who are not familiar with NetSuite, NetSuite is a very first cloud ERP system found over 20 years ago, and has more than 29,000 customers in more than 200 countries and all across the globe. Also, to introduce Haya Solutions. Haya Solutions is an Oracle NetSuite alliance partner. We are a digital transformation consulting company established in 2014, providing service in North America and the Middle East for small, medium, and large enterprises in many different industries. With a team of more than 24 years plus experience in business functional and technical consulting and execution. And we have a long track of successful projects. A few housekeeping items before we get started. The event is being recorded. All lines will be muted during the event today. We will leave time for question at the end, so please submit your question in the Q&A or the chat throughout. And with that, I will pass over to Joyce and Richard from OnFloors as we jump into our interview portion. To kick us off, Joyce, can you please give us a brief background on yourself and the company?
Hi everyone. My name is Joyce Zhang, and I am the general manager of OnFloors. So we are a Canadian online distributor and retailer founded in 2020. So just of 2 years ago. So our parent group was one of the largest manufacturer in the flooring industry, and it was founded in 1999. So as OnFloors, we have a mission to cut out the middleman and provide a wide range of selection of high quality flooring products with providing customer with a one-stop shopping experience. So that's a brief introduction about us.
And Richard, would you mind introducing yourself?
Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, My name is Richard Zhang, and I'm the IT and operation manager of OnFloors. And I take care of our company's global IT and supply chain operation. And choosing the right technology is a major part of my job. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So for the bulk of today's conversation, we'll be discussing your ERP journey, jumping in. What were the key business drives for your ERP evaluation?
So initially, as a global company, we were kind of using different system to manage the day-to-day business. So, but in Canada, we were mainly use QuickBooks Desktop Edition, which was supporting our operation across, I would say, 5 locations across Canada, and it was not easily accessible externally without for the users to connecting through a VPN. So also we have a mission to keep expanding our business and adding more operation locations. So we have to duplicate the business model or business process every time we need to add a new operation. So it was the process with QuickBooks was just very difficult and tedious. But with that in mind, also the reporting part was also a difficult task to do as well, because we have to collect data from different servers and consolidate the data onto one spreadsheet and let the finance or accounting team to report to the management level. So the whole task is a very time-consuming task. Also, we were using a different system other than QuickBooks for management, like approvals. So it's just very difficult for the users to manage their work on different system. So we want one system that can help us either on the business process, also on the day-to-day management.
So with that in mind, I think, Richard, you said you manage, it's a major part of your job is to select the right technology for OnFloors. What was your major evaluation criteria in the system you were looking for?
Yes, yeah. We are looking for a ERP to meet our needs, and our major criteria is we have following criteria. First, it must be one unified database that can cover all our process. And the second, and is very important, is for the management team can see it real-time sales, real-time profit. Yeah, now my boss is very happy. He can see all the location, all the warehouse, the daily sales and profit. Yeah, it's very good. And another very important thing is we need a cloud-based system, because we have more than 10 different cities. All our stuff is all around the world. So if we take care of too much hardware and software is terrible. And it also, we have multi-subsidiary, and we have different branch, different companies. So it must support the multi-subsidiary and the different branches. And we also need customizable and scalable system, and it's very easy to integrate it in the future in the other system. And it must support the omni-channel distribution, and we must have a very trustable partner and vendor, and to give us the support. And we also need the local partner to do the support and the easy to communication. And yeah, that's the key point. We choose the right ERP for us. Yeah.
So with that in mind, like what were your goals for your new ERP platforms, and why did you decide to go with NetSuite and Haya Solutions? I think let's start like from a business perspective. Joyce, you can answer that.
Yeah, sure. So our goal as for the ERP system is actually to streamline the online as well as the offline sales process. Just try to minimize the production and supply chain process waste, and just increase our efficiency and communication transparency. Also, like cutting down the time needed for consolidating reports, as I mentioned earlier, across multiple operations. This a must for us as well. So this way, the management level will have a quick overview of our business at one glance. So we chose NetSuite because it met all the correct criteria that we were looking for, and it's also backed by Oracle, so we understand it's going to be very secure and reliable software. So we also have spoken with multiple references to make sure that we're going to invest in the right direction, and luckily it all came very positive.
Yeah, and from like the technical perspective, like how did they decide to go with NetSuite and Haya Solutions? I think Richard, you can have a better answer to that.
Yes, we have compared lots of the ERP system and different implementation team, and NetSuite and Haya have provided us with a demo of our operation during the sales cycle. And it was impressive to see everything in one place and replicating our operation in many different locations is just a few clicks instead of months of planning and implementation. And the reporting aspect of the NetSuite is very fast. That's we can get the results real time without spreading too much time to consolidating our data. And we choose to work with Haya because they have a very successful track records of the implementation of NetSuite. And their review is 5 stars, and they are rated A+ business. And they not only focus on the technology aspect, but also they can also focus on the business side of our operation, and which made us very comfortable working with someone who understands and how our business works to optimize the implementation for the maximum efficiency. And yeah, so we choose NetSuite and Haya.
Okay, so with that in mind, can you talk us through how NetSuite is being used today in your company? Like what operations is being handled through NetSuite? What modules you're using, stuff like that. I think it's technical from a technical perspective. Richard, you can answer for that.
Yeah, I can answer this question. Yeah, we are utilizing the NetSuite to the highest extent. So we have operation from China to Canada, and in the future, we will extend our business to the States. So the NetSuite now can support us in the accounting, in all the order management, include the retail and wholesale. And now our sales channel include Amazon, include the offline sales, include our own online sales OnFloors. And we also opened the customer portal that our customer can place order directly. So we can handle all the shipping in the NetSuite system. We can do the inventory management, all the purchasing, saving can be handled very good. And we also have a warehouse management. We use WMS to integrate it with the NetSuite to handle our warehouse management. And we also use the supply chain management. We do the inbound shipment is to handle all the landed costs. And we use the financial function, and we also used all the reporting and the workbook and the analytics to make our dashboard more easily to use for everybody. Yeah.
Well, that's very impressive. Like you're using most of the modules of NetSuite, except for manufacturing, which is something we have been discussing and we will discuss later in our event today. With that in mind, what improvement have you seen since implementation? Have you discovered benefits that you didn't originally anticipate, like increase revenue, increase in sales, reducing the efficiencies, stuff like that? From a managerial perspective, Joyce, what do you think?
We definitely see some increase or progress after we adapt to NetSuite. So first of all, so we see we now have an end-to-end process streamlining and automation. This helps us to increase the revenue to about 5% because of all the save that we have about just to eliminating all the time waste. And then we decrease in operational cost due to the elimination of deficiency and manual process, and improving the organization structure by about 30%, including proper demand planning, China to Canada logistics, and real-time inventory tracking, and warehouse management. We also decrease the operational risks because NetSuite is backed by Oracle, and the reporting is very accurate, and it helps us to increase the insight visibility by 50%. This helps us a lot on decision making for our business. And we also increase the IT security due to using one secured platform and eliminating the security audits on all the infrastructure by 100%, because now we don't own any servers. All the servers are managed by Oracle and NetSuite. So I would say from a business point of view, that we plus all the savings and all the increases that we have on our business, the overall return on investment is about like 150%.
Oh, was that like in mind? It's impressive actually to see results like that in NetSuite, and this is like typical. We see that in many of our customers. Are there any current projects like you are actively working on right now?
Yeah, for sure. We are continuously trying to cutting down order processing time by optimizing the workflow of offline sales. Just try to get the offline sales to be more efficient and more streamlined. Also, we try to increase the B2B customer retention by building a customer portal for the B2B customer, because now if our business customer want to check for inventory and place order, they have to call in or email us to place order. So the customer portal will help us to enhance the customer experience of those business customer and offload the work from our salesperson as well as the order desk.
Okay, now one of the toughest questions: can you speak to your experience with Haya Solutions? I would say from a managerial perspective and from a technical perspective. Let's start with you, Joyce. What do you think?
Overall, I would say the experience was very positive from the beginning. So Haya's approach to us about the implementation is very professional and to the point. and they take the time to deeply understand the business behind the processes and understand the business goal and objectives. And with that in mind, Haya don't only like implement, but also try to help us to understand our business and try to optimize and give us suggestions to other alternatives and help us to improve our business for the good. So I would say they have a warm and decent attitude, and we have an excellent relationship with them since they built trust with us from day one, and due to their commitment and honesty.
Yeah, it's our pleasure
Thank you very
working
much.
with you. Yeah, thank you so much. Richard, from a technical standpoint, what do you think Haya? Like, can you speak to your experience with Haya?
Yes. In fact, from the beginning, I make the decision to choose Haya as our partner. And today I can say my decision is right. And I'm very glad to working with Mustafa and the Haya team. And they are very collaboratively and very effectively. And they have a combination of knowledge in many different areas of business. So their input to our implementation was valuable. And also, in our case, we were assigned a dedicated project manager for the implementation. It's Mustafa, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and so we worked very, very good, and all the Haya team worked with us directly, and with efficient communication and tracking the timeline and the budget to go live. And not only that, their continuously support post go live help us to mitigate risk of change and training our team on the new system as smoothly as possible. And in fact, after the implementation, we signed a yearly support agreement with Haya. Yeah, we need the continuously support from them. Yeah, it's a very, very good experience. Thank you, Mustafa.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. It's my pleasure working with you guys, and it's our highest team pleasure working with all of you guys. Now I'm gonna jump into another question. Have you grown since you being on NetSuite? I think this is a question, a managerial question.
Yeah, sure. I can answer that. So basically, after being with NetSuite, we are planning to expand more of our operation into the North America market. We are now trying to open a factory in Ajax, Ontario, in Canada for flooring manufacturing, just to mitigate the supply chain disruption like what happened during the pandemic. So also we are planning to expand our online sales into the United States in the near future as well.
Yeah. So with that, and like, do you envision like NetSuite and Haya Solutions will enable you achieve what you've been discussing right now, like expanding your operation and into building a factory in Ajax and expanding your operation in the States?
Yeah, for sure. With the plans that I mentioned earlier, we are now planning to start implementing more features of NetSuite, like the advanced manufacturing module, because we're trying to open a manufacturing in Ajax. I think this module will power us, and also we will scale our online presence by adding more features to the our existing Suite Commerce advanced website and making the user experience much easier.
Okay, so yeah, I hope like we will achieve more and more growth on NetSuite. And I think it's time now for Q&As. Let's see if we have any questions from the audience. Does anybody have a question for us, guys? If not, I'm gonna propose a couple of questions for Joyce. How did you know you were ready for an ERP? What were the key points that it sent you over the edge? Like, I need to change what's happening now.
Yeah, because we were so determined that we're gonna open multiple locations, multiple operations in Canada, and we are going to expand in the US as well. So and right now we also have another team in China doing all the supply chain management. So we feel like the information exchange is super important to us and is not at its highest efficiency with our old systems. So at that time, we think we're ready for an ERP to integrate all the resources and knowledge into one system. And everyone can check on the system, and the system itself can convey a lot of information more efficiently and more transparent.
Okay, and with that in mind, any advice you would give to companies looking to change their system?
So I think the advice I would give is that first of all, if you want to do this, you have to have the right personnel. So luckily, we got Richard on our team to help us to select which system is the best or is the most suitable for us. You would also need a implementation team who can provide accurate advices and who has a lot of experience throughout the whole implementation. So this will help you to avoid many unnecessary difficulties or unnecessary setbacks. So also there might also be some conflicts from the staff within your team, because we are actually changing the way of their way of doing their work every day. So they have to learn and to adapt to a totally different and new system or even a new business process. So, people are very reluctant to change. So sometimes they can be very stubborn. So a strong manager in charge like Richard and experienced implementation team are very necessary to change the people's mind and let people learn.
Yeah, absolutely. The change management is one of the major things in every implementation team and companies needs to take in consideration when it comes to implementing an ERP system, especially with bigger ERP systems like Oracle and NetSuite. Knowing what you know now, would you have done anything differently?
Because we implement this system totally online because of the pandemic. Like the implementation team was not able to travel to location. So if I would do this again, I would like to invite the implementing team on site and actually talk to our staff face to face and to get to know them better, to understand our business model or business process better. So this is something I would like to see if there is not a pandemic.
Yeah, okay. I don't have any other questions. Joyce or Richard, if you would like to add anything, yeah, please let me know.
Yeah, everything is good. Yes, my suggestion is for the other potential user for NetSuite and choose a right implementation team is very, very important for your success in the NetSuite. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, thank you everyone for joining the event today. We will be sure to send an on-demand version of this webinar after the fact, in case you missed anything. You have a great rest of your day, and here's our contact information. We'll share that with you as well in an email. And thank you once again, and have a nice day.